All right, we're jumping right into the action here, folks. Team One up against the Party Astronauts. The Party Astronauts completely dominated Inferno, 16-2 final score, and we jump onto Mirage, another map that PA loves to play. But we'll get back to that as Pace is going to engage here, underpass, and it's going to be both Team One members falling. And a 5v3 edge turned into a 5v2 once Maluk gets dropped there. XNS and TRK, the last two standing. Party Astronauts in full control here. Whatever bomb site they choose to go to, it will only be one player there unless Team One decides to stack a site, and they're thinking about it, but they haven't seen anything to tell them where the bomb might go. And in fact, you see TRK backing off here, realizes the hits towards A, gets one and a second. Okay, hold the phone here. They could come back into this round.
Jonji's got other ideas, though. He's already got a backstab on XNS. TRK's been taken down low. Ben's going to swing, but it's Jonji from the flank that's going to get those last two kills. Explosive play from Party Astronauts. That crunch in towards lower, getting the opening, and then Maluk unable to come up with anything out top middle. Perfectly executed by PA, and they'll take this pistol round, continuing their massive plow, winning 17 of the last 19 rounds of Counter-Strike played today between these two teams.
Yeah, and talking about Mirage, I mentioned earlier they won 10 of their last 11 here. I think it's actually 11 of the last 12 if you go back a little even further than that. But yeah, over the last 3 months, 9 games played, 8 wins, 1 loss, plus 64 round differential. It's their second best map behind Nuke in terms of round differential, even better than Inferno, or at least it was better than Inferno. I think Inferno is now 1 round higher than it because of what just happened. But anyway, oh, nice shot from Kaze. Okay. Jonji goes down, Smoke gonna get tossed here into apartments, and Ben's just gonna toss a bit of flashbangs in through the B site. And gonna be the advantage of Team One, though. They put 3 players in the B site, and it was absolutely the right call.
Yeah, they get a lot of tag damage too. Viz is lurking through middle, though we could catch them off guard on this rotation. But the noise has been made. They have to expect the player up con now, and he's even made the steps himself. Molotov from TRK going out towards ramp. They're all coming through connector. TRK pops on top of Ticket, trying to ring out with a deagle, but it comes up empty. Viz and Pone alone drop. Now a combined 3. Pesadillo out Palace, though. Can he be the king of the castle? No, only 1 kill. And DJ's got XNS. Never mind. XNS wins that duel, creeping through Rattle. Wow. And, well, there's actually a winnable situation for Team One out of this. Can they pull off a Party Astronauts Force 5 Masterclass? No, he's out.
Yeah, he's gone. He just wanted to save the Galil. I'm surprised he wins that duel, to be honest. Damn. You know, going through a broken wall, usually you're at a huge disadvantage, but guess not for XNS, and he picks himself up a Galil to bring into this next round. But one thing to note there for the Party Astronauts, fantastic adjustment. Oftentimes, you know, you got the first round victory, you think you have the advantage against the opposing team, and you'll continue pressing forward, thinking that there's no way you can lose this, and you'll go into that B site. But Party Astronauts, they put a pause on things, bit of utility tossed out to let them retreat, and they fall back and rotate towards the A site and clear things out there. And after that point, everything rolled back in their favor. So 2-0 for them, as Team One will have to be on a pistol buy up here around that Galil.
They're not going to go for the full force, though. They're just going to buy pistols, deagles, and armor for Pesadillo. Maluk's not even going to invest into anything. He wants to get that op up as soon as possible, and he's going to eat a nade in this round. That'll make it a little more unlikely for him to get anything done. XNS takes the initiative, though. Clears through kitchen and continues his onslaught of apartments. A lot of information. That's going to be the rotations over. Maluk, the man on the USB, gets caught early. The bomb's going to go down. Pone alone clearing in towards CT, making sure nobody's there. Jonji back towards Rattle. Keys right behind on the right side. Bricks just trying to get the deagle headshot. Jonji's giving him this opportunity. And he's not going to... Oh, he's going to get caught. He is going to get caught. And TRK's picked up as well. DJ comes in trying to stabilize things, and he'll finish off Keys. But XNS now can come in on the flank. Ben is not wise to his ways. And this has to be a kill. It's a bit messy, but it's a kill nonetheless. 2v3 now. Party Astronauts need these last kills. They need to hold this round off. This is not the round they want to lose. You know, one's in con, and he's out towards ramp as DJ does support, but now it's all just down to Viz. One of the bomb, a lineup, they're holding, he's spraying, he's got it though. Viz connects that spray. Great control from the man who just joined this roster a few days ago. And Party Astronauts are now up 3-0.
Fantastic spray control from Viz. I mean, he knew he had the lineup. He just had to connect on the shots, and he absolutely delivers. TeamOne, though, I mean, on a pistol buy-up, that's not too shabby at all. Almost managing to clutch the round. Some good deagle shots coming through. Maybe a little bit sloppy on the play from the Party Astronauts. Jonji got cut out. Again, I mentioned that double-edged sword, that aggression, sometimes great, sometimes not so much. But either way, they do get the round. That's the important piece, thanks to a great effort from Viz in that 1v2. Opening frag does go the way of the Party Astronauts, as you just saw, but a response here by Maluk. And we have a 4v4. Maluk looking for another one, but he can't get it. Ponalone wins the op-v-op duel. More trades coming through, but again, it's to the advantage of the Party Astronauts, and they've completely taken this B site. TeamOne, they're charging down ramp right now, but I think they're just looking for some information. At the end of the day, it will likely be Party Astronauts taking this one, and TeamOne likely falling back onto a save.
I think they're going to save in T-spawn here is the
Yeah.
play from TeamOne. And here's the thing, too. TeamOne went for a double op setup in that round. They went straight for the jugular, and they had both their ops on the B site, and it came up empty. It came up more than empty-handed.
This is weird, Austin. You know, we're seeing a TeamOne that doesn't look nearly as coordinated or confident as they did when they were playing in the Mythic Cup finals. Not forgetting, of course, that on Mirage they only lost by 2 rounds. It was 16-14 in favor of Party Astronauts. Then Inferno was 10-16. But Inferno losing that 16-2 and then coming here completely flat out of the gate once more is not a good sign.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that, too, has to do with how good Party Astronauts have looked. Because
yes,
they've been another level, too, compared to what we saw at the Mythic Cup. If the Party Astronauts would have played like this in the Mythic Cup, I don't think TeamOne would have managed to get Mirage to a 16-14 or Inferno to a 16-10. It's almost like I think Party Astronauts have taken all the wind out of TeamOne's sails. There's no motivation.
I would agree that Party Astronauts are definitely playing better, but TeamOne also look better in the Mythic Cup. Either way, look, Pesa is going to get taken down by DJ there. This is a full-on buy, and Kaze tries to engage from Cat. He has to be careful. He's going to toss an 8. That's probably a good idea. Connects on DJ to get him down to 54. But needs to be patient. TRK caught out behind the smoke, but no, he does manage to take down Viz, and then throws another smoke to guys off potential retreat. Now Pone is going to get connected on down to 12, but DJ, what a shot from top mid, takes the head clean off of XNS, and there's the man advantage again for the Party Astronauts. TeamOne have a pretty good hold on this A site, but B leaves a lot to be desired, and that is exactly where the Party Astronauts are headed. This is an excellent read. No one really has visibility on the B site for TeamOne right now, with Kaze sitting in ladder room.
Yeah, the B side's wide open again, and Party Astronauts are primed to exploit it. They do have 2 players back in that red zone, though, which means a retake for TeamOne is definitely possible. DJ should be the one entering in, as he is the lowest HP player, aside from Ponalone on the Yop, but the Yop, 1 shot, 1 kill, so you don't necessarily need to play it as differently as you would with a rifle. And they go to B. It's been known, and TeamOne might even just try and save this, John. It wouldn't even be a bad idea, considering their economic standing and standing in terms of overall firepower. They have an AK, an M4 from Moss, an armor, a kit. So save here. You got max loss bonus. You can get SMGs or shotguns for the rest of your players. Now you've even gotten rid of that from Moss, that ugly, ugly pseudo rifle, if you can even call it that. But they're going to concede this one to Party Astronauts yet again, and it's going to start a downward spiral for TeamOne that we saw back on Inferno. Mirage is looking very much the same way, and it just doesn't seem like TeamOne has what it takes to stop Party Astronauts. They don't have the nades, they don't have the aim duels, they don't have the positioning, they don't have the reads. TeamOne is losing on all fronts and facets of this game of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I think one of the problems as well is that TeamOne's map pool is very similar to the Party Astronauts, so they don't really have a choice but to play the maps that the Party Astronauts are very, very good on. And even if they say, well, you know, Dust 2 isn't played as much by the Party Astronauts, only 3 times the last 3 months, there's a reason why people don't play the Party Astronauts on Dust 2. It's because they are extremely good, and Ponalone is just terrifying on that map. So that's why it's typically avoided. Thing is, look, Party Astronauts are on another level right now. They're feeling good. I think the addition of Viz to replace Cynic, who left the squad, is turning out to be a positive overall for the roster. I don't know. They just look better than they did at the beginning of the season when we were broadcasting them. Even though, of course, they are 5-0, this is just great for them
Yeah.
anyway, not for TeamOne.
I feel like this is the party astronauts that we kind of expected them to be and know they can be.
Yes.
And I know I've voiced this to you. I've been disappointed with how they were playing earlier in this season.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is what I want to see from these guys. This is the team that they can be. This is the team that qualified for Pro League, and a team that can maybe even do some damage over there. But XNS is going to do the damage first in this round. However, Jonji was just that one lurker. The rest of the squad's hitting out towards the A site. But the bomb is not crossed, and there's a boost up for, I believe it's Pace. No, it was TRK up on top, but he's going to hit towards stairs. Now the rotations are here, but Pone alone and Ben are getting a couple of kills. DJ chimes in as well. TeamOne had 4 players here to hold, and they're down to 2 total.
Oh my goodness, that is just surgical from the party astronauts. At that point, your TeamOne, what do you do? Like, you're just losing the duels, but that's just how good the party astronauts are playing right now. Kays and XNS, the last 2 standing. I think a couple of players that the TeamOne is missing that were performing last time is XNS is going to find Ben. And then DJ takes down the last 2. But I think a couple players that TeamOne are missing is Pesa. He had 50 frags last time against the party astronauts, a 90.9 ADR. And then on Inferno, Maluk, as mentioned before, had 20 frags and was opping quite well. So both those players have been kind of quiet. TeamOne as a whole hasn't had anyone really step up that much. Here, XNS is the one doing most of the damage, up to 6 frags, but they need more than that because the party astronauts have a full 5 that are rolling along on all cylinders, and there's Pone alone walking out into mid, making it look easy with that opening frag and the advantage in their favor. And of course, TeamOne only on a half buy here, so yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't get better for TeamOne here. It only adds to the already very negative pressure on them. TRK goes for a swing, gets taken down, does not deal much damage in return either. Party astronauts content to keep on moving their way around the map. I think they're going to end towards A, although the bomb actually is going to be in the possession of Pesadillo very quickly as it's back towards top middle and nobody's watching for it. Pesa tucks into Cubby. Pone's going to grab the bomb. But here comes Pesadillo. The bomb drops forward, but an op now in the hands of Pesa. He's got armor, but in the meantime, XNS gets taken out by Ben out towards B. Ben really taking a very aggressive role in these last couple of maps. But TRK trades one back, 3v3 with a bomb. Now in the control of party astronauts. There's still a chance. But apartment's lurk of Pesa is always possible. And Keys gets the damage, but not a kill. Viz swings back, finishes him off. He gets the revenge. And now TRK's been chunked down low too. He manages to bring it to a 2v2. Pesa's creeping forward through apartments. Pesa can do the backstab. He can stop the plant. They're not ready for him. 1 kill for Pesa. Can he get the second? Time is dwindling. Ben is running out of time and options. And TRK's there for the sandwich. TeamOne finally break the goose egg. Can they make this an omelet?
There we go. Finally, TeamOne, like you said, are on the board. And this is what TeamOne at least has been doing right throughout the beginnings of Mirage, is they're finding the holes in the party astronauts attack and finding a way to get around on the flank. It's the 3rd time they've been on the flank here. This time Pesa gets the easy one, picks up the AWP, and once those back lines have been broken, the party astronauts are forced into a play towards that B site, and then afterwards go down. Maluk gets the opener here for TeamOne, so that's good, but Ben finds the immediate trade, and that evens things out at a 4v4. Party astronauts trying to regroup here, find some space, and it's Pesa who gets the headshot on DJ. Here we go, TeamOne starting to wake up a little bit.
Starting to find their form. Ben gets caught with utility in the hand. He's going to get naded into oblivion. TeamOne are coming alive here, looking for their first string of rounds in this series so far. Bomb in the back of Pone alone, working its way back towards the A side. Viz crosses the fight, gets that opener, but he's caught out in the open by Pesa as well. TeamOne coming alive indeed. They're waking up. It took them a map, and then a little more here on Mirage. It seems that they're finally here to play, and boy, is that a good sign for TeamOne as well. You hearkened on Pesa's lack of impact. And here he is, hero of the last round, and hero here as well with 4 kills to his name. No buy for the party astronauts forthcoming, and TeamOne looking to put 3 straight on the board.
That's, well, I mean, it's the first time they put 2 straight on the board for the entire series. I mean, I hate to point it out, but it's true. They only won 2 rounds in that previous map, and both of them were very far apart. So, alrighty, TeamOne looking to make it 3, as you mentioned, and Party Astronauts are going to be on a pistol buy-up. It's going to be Glocks, 2 Glocks, 2 P250s, and the Deagle that wasn't Ben's hand is no longer there because he got his head taken off by TRK. Party Astronauts looking to make a simple play, it seems, towards this A site, but they do have a lurk here. That is Jonji. Going to be apartments. I'm not sure how much of an impact he'll have because you see the Party Astronauts getting picked off one by one towards A, and now they only have 2 left standing.
Make it just one. Pays with the smoke spam. Jonji's got a bit of a tag onto XNS, but I don't think there's anything he can really do. No, there isn't. Keys will finish the job. 3 rounds straight for TeamOne, and they slice that deficit down to only half their own score, or equivalent to their own score. I guess Party Astronauts lead now, down to half of what it once was. TeamOne, they get this 4th in a row. They can really start to build off of that momentum. TeamOne are finding the kills. They're finding the openings. They're finding good winnable engagements, and they're winning those aim duels too, more importantly. This is a good sign from them. They are a very capable team. And on a map like Mirage, you shouldn't be getting too many blowouts unless the skill difference between the individuals is that great, which, let's be honest, TeamOne can fight on a level footing with Party Astronauts when it comes to 1-for-1s. So, TeamOne finding their life.
Party Astronauts going to toss some utility in. They already had that mid smoke thrown a little earlier on in the round. That fades away, but here come the smokes for the A site. 1 for stairs, 1 for jungle and connector, and likely the XU coming through. There's a great opener. Jonji actually finds K's towards the B site. That could trigger a rotation from TeamOne as they don't realize what's happening here, but no! Pesa gets 2 and TRK drops Fizz. Then Maluk finds Jonji. Everything falls the way of TeamOne. Just when you thought the Party Astronauts had broken through and found something early on the round, it's only Ben Leet who gets 1, then he's done.
At least that 1 kill does something to thin the economy out on TeamOne, which has become quite spectacular as of now. But Party Astronauts are going to be back on the pistols yet again. I would not be surprised if they call a timeout pretty quickly, though, to stabilize things, because they have gotten out of control pretty quickly. And TeamOne, a prime opportunity to get 5 straight from a 16-2 and then a 6-0 lead. TeamOne have recovered marvelously. Party Astronauts, though, very good on the pistols. So TeamOne cannot rest on their laurels here. They have to be very aware of the potential potency of these Party Astronauts pistols. Jonji, however, is the first one to be put 6 feet under. E-Pop coming through. XNS, can he stand tall? He finds, make it a 3K. Nice control on the last one on opponent alone. Leaving it all down to Ben again. And, well, can he even manage 1?
Nope. Hayes answers that question very quickly. And TeamOne respond to the Party Astronauts 6 rounds in a row with 5 in a row of their own. Let's see if they can tie this one up. And this is more reminiscent of what happened last time on Mirage. It started off completely in favor of the Party Astronauts, but something lit a fire under TeamOne, and I think it was Pesa. You know, he's starting to get those frags. They're rolling on through. 13 on the board for him, but TRK and XNS also doing a good job in double digits as well at 10. Party Astronauts are back to the 4 AKs and the AWP, though almost full utility. In fact, probably had it before the round started, because they've used up a good chunk of it to get this mid control. Flashbang thrown into connector. And the Party Astronauts are just going to chill out for a little bit and decide where they're going to go.
Well, there is something to be said here about Party Astronauts' lack of success in recent history on the T set of Mirage, though, and the fact they've already got 6 rounds means they've already overperformed their usual statistics. So Party Astronauts are pretty good right now in terms of what spot they're in. They would like to make it as easy as possible and put up more numbers than they necessarily need. Pace is going to open things up again, though, and he really has become that catalyst for TeamOne. He's going to get the timing onto another. Maluki strikes for 1 as well. DJ trades it back, but both him and Viz are a little bit wounded. 56 for Viz, 73 for DJ. Bomb to be recovered, but nowhere really to run for the Party Astronauts unless Viz can open things to the spot of the triple player. But Maluk will swing and counter the spray with 1 swift shot. DJ in a 1v4, and Party Astronauts are looking disjointed. They're looking rattled. They're looking like they're unable to come up with any solutions. DJ 1 more for his troubles, but only 1. And look at that. Maluk's not even going to care. He's got 15K in the bank.
Yeah, so Party Astronauts, after 6 in a row, they yield 6 to TeamOne, and that was, again, the TeamOne just putting up a very stalwart defense. And the thing is, when we watched these two teams play on Mirage, it was the T side of the Party Astronauts that struggled a little bit more than their CT side, and I think we're seeing that again. You know, they got off to that hot start, and then things started to slow down. Now we're going to get a pause here. Hopefully just a technical, not a technical pause, not a technical pause. We don't want that. A tactical pause that's coming through, and indeed it was. So we're back into the action here. Party Astronauts onto, I think, their 3rd pistol buy-up of this half now. It's going to be
so.
2 Tech 9s, 3 Tech 9s. Is this indicating we're going to see a quick push? Oh, DJ goes all the way for a Galil. Interesting.
Yeah, they tried it. Well, he's got the money, so he can definitely go for the Galil, and it adds a little more firepower for it. But Party Astronauts went a little fast last pistol round. They tried to bust around, and it didn't really work out too well for them. They're going to settle things down a little bit more here and wait for some pushes from TeamOne. They're not going to get anything, though. TeamOne is playing this still rather turtled up. They're not taking any unnecessary fights, and they're just trying to shore up their own defenses here. Been 6 straight for each team. That's how we've got to 6, but TeamOne have that streak going right now. Party Astronauts definitely need to come up with something, though. They already called their timeout. Now, what is going to be their game plan? What is the play on the rifles? Because they have lacked lethality in the last few rounds. They've got caught out open spots. They got a little too overconfident, I think, and they're having a bit of trouble getting back into the swing of things against a TeamOne that has responded well in kind. And you can no longer take those wide swing angles, those open duels, and stand out the open with utility, because TeamOne is starting to hit their shots. Great little flash in, but it works out well. It's now 2 kills for BA. Maluk's got 1, but can he survive? No, he can't. Traded out by Pone alone, and collapsing his TeamOne once again.
Yeah, XNS is going to try and get a response here on Jonji, and actually Jonji goes down to K's. Both players regrouping in window room. They've got a chance here. 2v3. DJ's got an excellent angle to catch them off guard. Is XNS going to clear this? He does, but DJ finds him, and that will leave it all up to K's, who goes down to Pone Alone's big green cannon. That's going to make it 7-6 for the Party Astronauts. They finally get a round back, and interestingly enough, you know, after TeamOne had lost 6 in a row, it was on their eco that they managed to pull something off. And the same story for the Party Astronauts. On an eco, they had a Galil, but everyone else onto pistols. And they had a good entry into that A site, and after that, everything was gravy.
Yeah, that entry, then Jonji's lurk kill with the Tech 9 as well. Pone alone taking out Maluk, who was only able to get 1. Opened up that site perfectly, and TeamOne collapsed. They still have the money to rebuy, even if they lose this one too, although TRK and Pesadillo will be a little light on terms of a buy. But Party Astronauts, if they can get 8-9 rounds out of this half, that is a stranglehold lead against TeamOne. It would be a great recovery for them too, as they looked very flat for the last 6 rounds prior to the one we just had. So for Party Astronauts, they're slowing things down a little more. They're playing things a little more smart and trying to get those duels won against TeamOne. A pressure applied, but no real aggression. And TeamOne still content to put a lot of people towards B. I'm wondering if they want to keep on doing that, though, because Party Astronauts haven't really wanted to go that way since the guns have really come out.
Molotov going to get tossed there by TeamOne towards underpass. It's a good one. It stalls the advance here for the Party Astronauts, who want to get a pincer attack going onto A, but here comes the utility for the players at ramp. 2 from ramp, 1 from Palace, and 2 in underpass. They're going to boost to the window. Jonji could get a frag here, and he does! Maluk went for the no-scope, and it did not connect. Jonji tosses a Molotov, and I think it misses the marker. Perhaps it was intentional. I'm not sure. Either way, TRK comes back and gets a 2K on DJ and Jonji. 3v3, bombs still not planted yet. And this is problematic for the Party Astronauts because TeamOne have good angles to hold them off. And there it goes. XNS with 2 and K's. The last one, 7-7.
7-7, but there's a bye for both sides. It's going to come down to this round, number 15, to decide who wins this half. But either way you slice it, Party Astronauts definitely have the massive advantage, as they're not historically that great on the T side of Mirage. However, their CT side is a stonewall defense. Nothing really you can do to get by it. So it's going to be a hard time for TeamOne to be able to battle back into this one. On alone and company working their way through middle 2 through underpass 2 top mid, looking to crunch and find anybody on team 1. Little off guard, perhaps. There's one in Sniper's Nest, known and given away. Poet alone opens it up. That's the Sniper's player down for the count. Key still has that op and ladder room, but his teammate Pesadillo has been mowed down by Jonji. It's collapsing, but Key strikes back. Good shot on the Poet alone, bringing it to a 4v3. Still a man disadvantage. He drops in, and he goes around. There's one in towards Sniper's Nest. It's Jonji. They're going to molly him, but it's not going to connect. Is, however, falls in the meantime. Keys, this is the timing. Jonji goes back, and he's somehow still alive.
You can't miss that if you're Case. I mean, you gotta hit that on Jonji. So the Party Astronauts a second chance at life to try and bring this round back in their favor. And you see Jonji's managed to sneak his way on here. TRK is not going to expect this at all. So if Jonji spots him out first, will be to his advantage. But no, it's TRK to flick around and drop him. 38 seconds left, and Ben Leet is in a 1v3. Again, he's managed to slip through unspotted, and he could go back to the B site. It might not be a bad play, but given how little time there is, TeamOne don't really have to pressure upwards. They can just wait on that B site for Ben Leet to arrive, and arrive he will. XNS watching window and decides to back off a bit. Good angle held in. XNS takes it 8-7. TeamOne take the lead into the second half. All right, here we go. Second half of action is underway. TeamOne squeaked the lead on through at the end of that first half. And I mean, that's impressive given the fact that the Party Astronauts held a 6-0 lead at one point, but then TeamOne went on an 8-1 run. Let's see if that carries over to a T side that they did struggle on last time against the Party Astronauts, and we all know how good PA can be on their defensive end.
Yeah, TeamOne are definitely going to be a little up a creek here if they're not able to come up with a pistol round victory. They're charging into a wide open B site, though. They've read it well.
Nice.
Jonji was here briefly, but Maluk has other ideas. Ben is going to get caught on rotation. Never mind. Keys gets caught out by the players rotating in through jungle. It's a swarm around by TeamOne. Interestingly enough, they're basically spreading out as far as possible, and this is allowing Party Astronauts 1v1 duels, but the duels are working in the favor of TeamOne. DJ trying to bring it back as Ben charges onto the site. He gets dropped by the cat player, however, and DJ, while he's done quite a bit of damage, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place, and he is crushed. TeamOne with a critical pistol round. They executed perfectly. Now, Party Astronauts will go to what you could consider their bread and butter, a force buy to counter a pistol round loss.
Yeah, they're forced by again. We'll see if it turns out in their favor. But the thing is, for TeamOne, that was a really nice fake onto the A side. They were convincing the Party Astronauts they were going that direction, and they immediately doubled back, went to a free and clear B site, and I mean, they didn't struggle at all to win those 1v1 duels. Although you're right, they were spread out enough. If the Party Astronauts connect and hit some heads, maybe there's a path back inwards, but the advantage was already TeamOne's to play with. All right, let's see here. Round number 17. TeamOne looking to get into double digits. They got 4 Galils and the AK, already rifles across the board. Party Astronauts have forced up. They got 4 Deagles and the Scout in Ponalone's hands. Ben Leet waiting over at Ticket. He's pretty much by his lonesome on the A site, but Viz is not that far away, so he can support if needed. And I think Ponalone is thinking about coming around as well, because they haven't seen anything towards that B site. Ben, going to have engagements to deal with very soon. And yeah, he's going to hug this wall. He could do damage as long as the support is there for him, and assuming TeamOne decides to commit to this, but given the time on the clock, they absolutely will. Ben goes down right away.
Not the start Party Astronauts were looking for, but there's now still an opportunity, but DJ falling makes it that much more rough. Pone strikes for a tag, but he cannot get the bag. Jonji gets eliminated. TRK gets 2 now. Viz with a 1, but can he net himself a brace? No. Just 1 solitary frag for the Party Astronauts, 2 rounds in the row. Their force buy does not work out. And TeamOne now should be able to get an 11th on the board with a relative ease. A Zeus for Ben. And maybe nothing further. Party Astronauts starting to flounder a little bit here in the early stages of the second half of Mirage. Perhaps these two teams will split their map picks. Overpass waits in the wings if we do go to a third. But TeamOne still have to get 6 more rounds on the board. And Party Astronauts, once they get the guns, are not going to be an easy team to overrun. Keys gets lucky though. Good team flash comes in. Helps him at the very least advance towards the second window. He's taken out in the end. Zeus ramp. Yes! It hit! It hit! It actually hit! And that's the bomb, too!
Okay, wait. This is just a pistol, like, barely a buy up here for the Party Astronauts, right? And they've made it a 3v3. They did have the man advantage, but TRK just took that away. And now the bomb has been reclaimed. Lots of time left. At least Ben gets a fun little frag there with the Zeus, which probably gets his team a good chuckle. But TRK is grabbing things into his hands and taking it into control. DJ dropped. Pesa going to get the bomb plant. And now the path to victory is much slimmer for the Party Astronauts. It looks like TeamOne are going to take an 11th. Jonji eats a nade as he tries to sneak through connector. Down to 25 HP. Peeks around, looks in Palace. Doesn't see anything. And well, I mean, at this point, they might just want to save what they have. Well, Jonji will go down to Pesa.
Do what damage they can. That's the MO of Party Astronauts in this round. Maybe Pony will get this kill at Palace. Nah, he gets a dink. Close, but no cigar. TeamOne will grow their lead to 4. Party Astronauts trailing. First time in this series. And they make this comeback happen. M4s across the board. DJ and Pone alone debating what to do in terms of money and buys. Pone goes for the M4. I believe DJ was talking about, hey, I can drop you an op, man. You want the op? And Pone alone denies. So they'll go for 5 rifles here, Party Astronauts. We saw this in the early days on Inferno. It worked out well for them. Eventually, Pone alone picked up the op, but right now it seems rifles are the play from PA, and this is the first real test for TeamOne to see if they are worthy of taking us to a map 3.
Whew, all right. I mean, you said it. TeamOne has to prove that they've still got some fight in them. And I mean, they do have the 4-round lead, and they have won 11 of the last 12 rounds, so they certainly have proven that they can at least hang in there with the Party Astronauts right now. XNS and Pesa. are going to go through underpass. And then there's a flashbang thrown by Maluk towards top mid. TeamOne are being given control here of mid by the Party Astronauts. I think that's a result of Pwn not having the op in his hands right now. XNS sees that Molotov burning away. And then a nade's going to connect on him. Oh, I thought that would do more damage. It was flying almost right at his head, but only down to 77. As here comes some execute utility towards the A site by TeamOne. Party Astronauts do have a couple of players here to respond. That's going to be Viz and Pwn, but the smokes will likely isolate them from each other. And Pwn peeking around, looking for that first engagement towards Connector, and he gets flashbang completely. XNS finds the opener. Pesa finds himself a second, and it might be a third here. No, Jonji will take down Pesa to make it a 3v3, as the Party Astronauts are going to be on for a retake.
Default plant, though, and Party Astronauts going to make this retake happen. Jonji eats a lot of damage. I believe he took a ding from a Galil. Trades go back and forth. Keys out towards triple, now down. Nobody CT for TeamOne, but Party Astronauts don't need to know that that nade damage. Yes, indeed. Does quite a bit to Pwn alone and to DJ. TRK and Palace, one on ramp. That's Maluk. They're holding for it. Maluk swings into his death. DJ waiting for the push. Domes down TRK. And the guns come out into the hands of Party Astronauts, and they will strike for victory. It wasn't clean, but it did work out for their first win in, let me see if I did my math right, 5, I believe.
Yeah. I think they had one at the end of the first half, right, when they got that 7th.
Yeah, it was 8-7-1.
Yeah. At least, yeah, they come out with that one a little bit rougher than they would have liked, as you said, but a solid retake on 2 players that got naded down immensely in terms of HP. So good on the Party Astronauts. DJ and Pwn closing that one out, and now on the defense, they're going to toss a Molotov deep down towards top mid. And TeamOne isn't really in that position right now. They look like they're leaning more towards the B site. TRK and Pesa are going to be greeted by K's very shortly. There you go. All 3 players grouped up. And the other 2 are going to just toss some utility, try to fake the hit onto the A site, and pull some rotations off by TeamOne. I don't know if it's going to happen just yet. I've seen pull rotations off by Party Astronauts. I don't know if it's going to happen just yet, because PA typically is pretty disciplined on their rotations. And, well, that might help. XNS drops Ben lead, and here they come. Oh, no, they're going to abandon the B site here, Austin. Okay, DJ hangs back because he gets connected on for almost all his health. But, man, this is such a big issue.
Yeah, he didn't even spot the bomb. DJ at the very least gets 1, but it's still a man disadvantage for Party Astronauts. Their over-rotation might cost them, but Jonji goes through, only able to get 1, though. He needed that second on the K's. The Maluk strikes for Pwn alone, who cannot take down his counterpart. And it leaves Viz in a very rough situation, a 1v3. Try and salvage this round. The bomb not planted, but there's a flank initiated. 1 man coming behind. It's going to be XNS. Will he strike first? Will Viz expect this? Viz will be caught blind. And XNS almost gives Viz an opportunity, but he will not relinquish that chance. Only 1 round for Party Astronauts. Isolated. TeamOne looking to punch this map into their favor. Party Astronauts pistols up in this round. You almost want to see if they can do what they can to win this one, because without that, TeamOne edge ever closer to that eventual 16th.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I got to give TeamOne credit there. That was a great job on the execution, shutting down the Party Astronauts. They baited them out around to the A site perfectly. It wasn't the utility, although that helps. It's XNS who finds that 1 frag that forces the Party Astronauts to go and reinforce the A site, especially considering on the peak, Party Astronauts spotted 2 players on ramps. So you think, okay, the execute's coming here. Well played by TeamOne. Let's see if they can do it again here and find themselves a 13th. More than likely, yes, is the answer, because the Party Astronauts are just on 3 PT-50s, a Deagle, a USP, and a lonely smoke grenade in the hands of Bentley. No one with any body armor, and you already see TeamOne putting the pressure on. Bentley's going to have to move out of this position very shortly. There's the Molotov. He might push forward, which wouldn't be a bad play, but he gets spotted out and completely ventilated by the AK of XNS. TRK spots out Pwn, then XNS gets himself a nifty little 2K to make this an easy 5v2.
DJ looking for a response, but his teammate follows behind him, and he follows suit soon after. Keys has really played very well for TeamOne. He's been able to be rather stable for them. Pesa, of course, a standout for them. XNS popping off as well. Not exactly popping heads, but getting a lot of sprays, and TRK has had his moments too. TeamOne are coming alive, and their big three, TRK, Pace, and XNS, are all around that 20 kill mark. Nobody on Party Astronauts even near that. So there's the difference right now, and this is what Mirage kind of comes down to sometimes. Whoever's having a better moment in time should be able to take down this map, and while Party Astronauts might have owned Inferno, Mirage has definitely gone the other direction. Overpass again, waiting in the wings is a map number 3 if we do get there. Party Astronauts, though, starting to slip behind farther and farther as TeamOne are looking for that revenge. They're looking to not allow Party Astronauts a back-to-back 2-0 victory over them. Double ops, though, for PA. Jonji has one, Pone alone has the other. Their utility has been burnt down quite considerably. But TeamOne are just stalled out top middle. They don't really seem to have much of a game plan as of right now.
Just biding their time. Here come the smokes. One for window, one for connector. That's a deep, nice smoke over at connector, so that'll leave a lot of space for TeamOne to take cat and perhaps open things up here for themselves. But no, they just want to try and fake that mid control and keep the Party Astronauts focused in that direction while they go for a full-on B take, and it's not a bad plan. You see DJ, at least on the radar, he's going for some info hops. Now he's going to toss the smoke because he spotted some information, and he will have his hands full. He takes XNS down to 14, then finishes him off. Pulls out the Molotov, tosses it on forward, and Jonji's pitching in for a frag with the op, but it is DJ who will be integral. Unless Jonji does it all, he gets 3. Now it goes down to Maluk, 1v2. Maluk, 43 HP, fakes the bomb plant, and I think that smoke is going to come through. It does through the window. It doesn't really guise off the vision for Maluk, who's already on the site proper, and Bentley's charging forward. Great play by him, just misses Maluk after he finishes off that bomb plant, but now he will spot him out around the edge of the smoke. In fact, it's Pone with the USP wrapping things up, and TeamOne, despite another great effort onto that B site, the Party Astronauts this time are up to the task.
Yeah, it took a Jonji hero play to get Party Astronauts anything going in that round. His op worked out really well, and they are able to recover this round. But again, if you look back at the only other round they won on the CT side of Mirage, it was only with 2 players surviving. It was not necessarily convincing. PA need a lot of work to be able to make this convincing right now, and I think TeamOne still have the advantage. Let's see who called this timeout. TeamOne calling this timeout. They don't want to let Party Astronauts back into this game. That's definitely a bit of nerves coming in from TeamOne, especially considering they're only 3 rounds away. Party Astronauts have failed to string anything together. But I guess TeamOne look at their own economic situation and see how dire it is. We have a swing round upcoming.
Yeah, TeamOne just really doesn't want to let things get out of control. They lost the round, call the timeout, say, you know what, guys, doesn't matter. We have plenty of cash to buy into this round. They got the 4 AKs, full utility, and the AWP back, but look at the Party Astronauts. Double op setup is up and running again. Jonji and Pone having those, and Ben's just going to jump out of window. Is he going to charge forward? No. He goes to connector for now, and that Molotov is going to force him back. He's got another player with him here. They don't want to get caught out in the same position, though. That could lead to an easy spray down, the 2K spray down by TeamOne, but that's a way to play that one-way smoke by Jonji. Takes down K's. XNS finds the immediate trade, though, as TeamOne are moving into this A site. The thing is, they're all bunched up at ramp. They need to spread out and find the frags now. I don't know if the Party Astronauts are going to let them gain that space as DJ tosses a nade on forward. It doesn't connect for any damage. Maybe the FAMAS will do more than the nade did. No, he gets headshotted by Pesa.
A miss from Pone alone now as the flash comes through in this 4v3. Jonji and Ben eating a lot of damage. Taps coming through, but no real kills. Bomb still making its way, forcing its way onto the A side. XNS with a drive-by, but Ben sprays down too. He's been awfully quiet this game, but he strikes at a critical moment. 2v2. Bomb down, the vision for Ben. Cover now for Maluk. He knows where Ben is, and there's nowhere to hide there. He'll pick back up his AWP. XNS stuck on Firebox. Pone alone in CT spawn. They know exactly where he was. Don't know if he could have rotated off. However, Pwn alone, will he creep forward? There's a flashbang going high. Exodus taking that jump.
He didn't
Pwn
see
alone
it.
knows exactly where he is, but he cannot get that shot. He goes for the wallbang shot.
Wow.
Connects it, but not a kill.
Yeah, I mean, XNS didn't see him on the jump, but Pwn obviously did, and what a shame for Pwn. He played that well, but just could not clutch it out as Maluk gets the last laugh. 14th round picked up by TeamOne. The timeout was well called, and now they have a 5-round lead. Only 2 more rounds needed for them to secure this map and send us on over to Overpass. And the thing is, look at the money for the Party Astronauts. They can't really buy into this round. It's going to be maybe some pistols. Yeah, 3 deagles, a little bit of utility, and I mean a little bit because it's only one piece of it on Ben Leeds' belt. It's the smoke and Viz with the body armor. Pwn just charging on forward, hoping to find something in this smoke. Could catch him off guard, but nope. Kays saw that smoke and said, you know what, I might as well spray that with my AK, and he was wise to do that because he finds himself a free one. And Party Astronauts, yeah, they're stacked up at the A site, but even still, I think TeamOne should be able to close this one out.
Asa gets that one. Now, I definitely agree. I think TeamOne should be able to close this out. I don't see a world where they don't. Jonji looking to do what he can with the USB, and I don't think that silencer is going to help him all too much. DJ and Viz, deagles in hand, as TeamOne continue to work their way around the A site. Bomb going to get planted front triple. Nice little plant for Cat ramp. It's almost the ideal plant, really, if you're playing anywhere but CT. Jonji, though, finally found out. Viz, 1 on the deagle, does land 1 onto scaffolding, but he's the last alive now. 8 HP, does a little bit more damage, but Pace and XNS are going to be the cleanup crew for TeamOne. 1 more round now before we go to Overpass. Jonji has the op. Will Pwn alone follow suit? Party Astronauts, this is their last chance. This is their last buy. Unless they're able to win this one and continue moving forward. Nades drop down, double ops again for Party Astronauts. Maluk has his as well. Plenty of money, though, for TeamOne to reinvest, even if the dude loses this round. Mid control coming through. Ben's got 1. The rest of the squad's going towards A for TeamOne. Utility flooding in. K's walking out. And Pwn alone holding his ground. But only just a moment. Jonji comes back. Trades it. Ben's come through as well. It's all down to Pesa. Can he do the impossible? I think we're going to another round. Yes, we are.
Wow, that was fast. Party Astronauts just completely shut down TeamOne after looking a little listless in the previous round. And I mean, they absolutely have to. They have to win 5 in a row just to push this one to overtime. And before that round victory, TeamOne were on a 15-3 run. Now it's 15-4, which is still impressive. But it's good to see the Party Astronauts at the very least get something going in that previous one. Maluk gonna throw a flash here over towards mid. 140 on the clock as TeamOne just trying to regroup. They have 5 chances to close this one out and push us to Overpass. Maluk taps through the smoke just for good measure. And TeamOne are lining themselves up to get that utility executed onto the B site. It's a little bit light in terms of utility. Still 3 smokes, 3 Molotovs, and a couple of flashes, but they might be short on it after their initial execute.
Let's see what TeamOne want to do. They have 1 smoke towards Catwalk. TRK is going to throw a bait smoke out towards jungles or top con. They're setting up for a Cat B play. It should be read well by Party Astronauts as the smokes have basically queued it into a B take. But TeamOne are waiting it out. They're buying their time. Perhaps looking for a late pop around 45 seconds. No, they'll throw their utility now. 45 seconds is the timer. DJ needs to get a couple here from Van. He's going to manage 1. Sprays away. Helps out his teammate onside. That's Jonji. DJ with a 3K. Going, jumping around. Colzera style with the USB. Looking for the final, but it's going to be Jonji and Ben to help him out. And back-to-back 4 alive rounds for Party Astronauts. This is the Party Astronauts defense that we were expecting coming into this half that we have not seen at all. But now there's a time for it to come alive. It is right now. The Party Astronauts definitely could put 6 on the board. They would have required to bring it all the way back. They only need 4 more now to tie things up.
Yep.
15-11 and a pistol buy for TeamOne.
Well, I mean, TeamOne, they've tried faking that ace site a couple of times, and it happened again there. This time, the Party Astronauts did not fight at all, and they just held their ground at the B site. Great work by DJ, and Ben Lead gets an easy 3K here on the pistol buy-up for TeamOne, or lack thereof, I should say, since there are only Glocks coming through. And now with Maluk peeking around, he's just going to dash away and eventually find a bullet. And this bullet goes straight to his dome through the wall, in fact. Party Astronauts on for a 12th.
12th round, 3 more now, separating them and overtime. 1 away from overpass our TeamOne. They'll go for 5 AKs, no out for Maluk, and a little light on utility. Exodus only holding on to a smoke. 1 smoke used out for window. Viz holding an eye on towards ramp. TeamOne congregating around, setting up for those smoke walls. Classic A execute. Pace is going to be on that lurk again. He's done quite good on it. And we'll see if he wants to go in towards underpass or if he's going to wait for a push. Jonji's also pushed all the way up top middle on that secondary op. He's going to fall off of it instead. They know it's going to be A. They're reading it well. The utility is queuing it in. Ben's holding from ticket booth. Nate does a little bit of chip damage, a little bit more chip damage, and a smoke now onto the Molotov. Leads out XNS. Can they get the control? Can they get the round? Ben spots ahead, and he will not be denied. And Party Astronauts hold on, though. Jonji spotted 1 in Palace. He does not connect that kill. They're doubling back, John.
Yeah, I was about to say they're going to fall back, which is an interesting decision. I mean, they do have time on the clock, but DJ catches off one of the players that was trying to retreat, and that will make things a lot tougher. Jonji's trying to close the gap with the push up mid and just barely misses, making this a 5v2. Maluk gets legged, and he'll be happy to at least survive and take that bomb into T apartments. That said, I mean, it can't be going towards the B site. They don't have time to try and find some space on the A site. Only 30 seconds left on the clock, so you have to imagine Maluk is going to rejoin his teammates very shortly going for that push, unless they decide to just bring these AKs into the next round, which might be in the cards because they still have not shown face at all towards A. And yes, this is a save. They're not going to go for anything. They want to make sure they have rifles heading into round number 29, but 13th round found for the Party Astronauts, and they lose a body. Oh man, they might now. Bentley's getting a little aggressive, and there you go. They can still buy up, no problem, though. Viz is on 12K, so they could afford that.
Yeah, it was worth trying to take a gun out of the hands of TeamOne. They aren't able to secure that gun, however, and it is a TeamOne timeout, which will mean we'll have a bit of a pause here. Party Astronauts now 2 away, John. This was what, 15-9? Or was this 15-8?
15-9, I believe, yeah.
Yeah, 15-9 to 15-13.
Yep.
It's definitely within striking distance. It was at the beginning. But TeamOne are now looking like they're getting bullied a little bit. Like, Party Astronauts remembered what they can do. And, man, TeamOne, what is your game plan now? Because the last few rounds, you've tried to mix it up. And your mixes, your ratios in your baking ingredients have not been right. Cake hasn't risen properly. It's not really even solidified. And it's just not working.
Interesting. They are choosing to force around... Yeah, they're forcing up. Okay, 3 AKs and 2 deagles. The reason I hesitate a little bit because I see XNS still on 2K and Pace at 1.6, so I'm not sure what.
Well, they didn't have loss bonus on those 3 because they saved.
Okay, so. Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, just buy the deagles.
I'm losing my mind. I just realized they saved those AKs. Just ignore me. XNS is going to get the headshot over on Pone. And Maluk finds Viz. Here we go. TeamOne with a great push into A in the early goings of the round. Ben Lee trying to find a response and could. He's working this smoke well. Comes around tri-box, just misses spotting on a player in sandwich and will go down now. TeamOne on the verge of closing this one out with only Jonji and DJ left standing, and Pesa just spotted one out. That is some huge information. I think he could sneak through here. DJ won't even be looking for this, but Pesa doesn't look for it either. And now DJ turns around and gets a free one. How does that happen? Pesa doesn't clear both his angles, and DJ gets 3! Only 1 left. It's XNS. DJ goes down finally. 36 seconds left. How did it come to this? TeamOne had this in the palm of their hands, Austin.
The thing is, too, they shouldn't have had it in the palm of their hands, John. Like, for all intents and purposes, there should have been a couple sprayed down. Oh my God. The timings. That is brutal for TeamOne. But it all came down to a couple missed sprays from Party Astronauts in the first place that should have enabled TeamOne to get somewhere close. John is definitely feeling it, John. And, well,
Yeah.
man, TeamOne, that is a painful round to lose. Yeah, you can buy up next, but boy, that is just gutting to lose in such an awful fashion.
Yeah. First off, the Jonji, I think he's dead. No smoke for good measure at the end, right? He's having fun, which is a good sign for the Party Astronauts. But I mean, look, Pesa should have cleared both sides. There's just no question. You gotta peek both sides. There's no reason not to clear jungle. You have no information there. So he goes down, and after that, DJ just pops off from jungle to get a 3K, and it's come down to this, the 30th round of play. There's Maluk, the opening frag, but that was, I think, a 4v2 in favor of TeamOne. They should have closed that one out, and they couldn't. Now they have another man advantage, as mentioned, 122 on the clock, a lot of time to work with, but the Party Astronauts are just so hard to take a map off of.
Party Astronauts can definitely recover the still, and that's a good start. Jonji drops the off of Maluk, but still, XNS lives, Pesa lives, and TRK's alive as well. Speaking of Pesa, he's creeping forward towards Connector now. Keys has an op, and he's going to try and be that long-range dueler. XNS eliminates Jonji, though. Viz gets blindsided by Pesa. Timing's working again for TeamOne, and another 4v2 brought to a 4v1 this time. Own alone, nowhere near the bomb. And I think it's going to be a 16-14 in the way of TeamOne. Unless Own alone can come back in this one. He strikes for the first. The bomb's not yet down. He can close that gap and maybe even pick up a rifle, but Pace's positioning should be able to lock him out. As Own alone would expect the guy in window. He will not. That's going to be that. Overpass will be here after the break.